Welcome everyone to the show. I'm your host Don Vic. We in the building. You already know what it is. We here. We here. We here. Want to apologize for earlier. I had a guest coming on and we had some problems connecting. So we're bringing her on the show on a later date. Um, I wanted to talk to her today. She had a great story, but things happen for a reason. So, but we on to our second guest all the way from Alabama. Alabama, stand up. You feel me? We in the building. So we have a great artist coming on the show, and we're gonna talk to her. We're gonna bring her on and find out exactly how she began and how it all started and where she at today. So everyone, please welcome artist Adrena Carsley. Hi,
Hey, what's
how you
going
doing?
on, Vic?
Good. Thank you for coming on the show.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I was waiting for this day.
Yeah, me too. I've been looking forward to it since we spoke about it.
so, so you're a singer.
Uh-huh.
How long have you been singing?
Vic, I've been singing since I was about 5 years old.
Long time.
My grandmother heard me in the bathroom singing The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston.
Well, you're gonna have to give me a little bit of that in a little bit. Some acapella. You have to give me some acapella before we shut this down. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So once she heard that, that was on a Saturday. That next day at church on Sunday, she made me singing in front of church. And
Really?
yeah, and I haven't shut my mouth since.
Ever since? How crazy is that?
Yeah.
So, did you enjoy your first time in front of everyone singing? How did that make you feel?
Well, I mean, I was afraid, of course,
Right.
being young and
Stage fright.
I think that was when God was, tapping into me and saying, "Hey, you have a gift." But they say that mostly like when children are very young, even at the like when they're babies, like if they start humming and stuff like that, like when they're like one and stuff like that, you could tell that they can hold a tune and
Right.
stuff like that. And I often ask my mother, did she hear that from me? And she said, well, that's been so long since you've been a baby. I can't I can't remember that, but I of course, Vic, I was afraid,
Right.
but
Yeah.
once I did it, it was like a wow factor. It was like, wow, I can do this and I can affect people. So yeah, after then it was cool.
Right. So you before you became like a singer, you are a gospel singer
Yes, yes,
at the
yes, it
church.
was.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And they had you there every Sunday, piping away.
Yes, well, I was a PK kid. My godfather was a minister,
Oh,
and I spent a lot of time um, with him and my godmother at their church. And they really, allowed me to use their platform, where people got a chance, to hear my voice.
right.
Of course, my mom, she was in church, so I would go to her church and stuff with her, but like the weekends and stuff that my mother had to work, I would spend time with my godparents and stuff. And so by them being, in the ministry, I spent more, morning, noon, dinner time, anytime, after school, everything, at church. So
Right.
I got a chance to really, utilize my gift, in their ministry, a lot of times.
Right. We're getting a little static. I don't know if where you got your phone. Is there any other device that's on or anything?
No, let me cut it down a little bit. Is that a little better?
Uh, you can still hear the little static. It's not bad, but I can hear it. Uh,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
say something now.
Right here. Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear it lightly, but we can continue.
Okay.
Yeah. So um, so you're doing all this music, when you were younger, at 5 years old, and you started off at the church singing gospel music. Um,
hmm Yes.
when did everything change for you?
Um, as far as
As the music, because you did gospel music, but you're not singing really gospel now, are you?
no, no.
Right. So when
And
did that transition? When did that transition happen?
it happened. Well, I've always written um blues as well as I written gospel. So
Right.
it was familiar for me because the same way I was rooted in gospel, I was rooted in blues music. You know,
Right.
mother, my mother was in a social savings club when I was younger with my aunt and with two of my aunts and some other young ladies. And every like Saturday or every other Saturday, when they would have club meeting, you know,
Right.
they would play Bobby Blue Bland, they would play BB King, you know, they would play Denise LaSalle, you know,
Right.
Johnny Taylor, you know. So I got a chance to hear all that stuff, you know, at a young, you know, age. And so when God began dealing with me with my gift with songwriting, I was writing it, you know, as well, and people didn't know it. You know, I've shared it with a few people, but you know, I had been writing this as long as I had been writing gospel,
Wow.
and you know, as far as the transition, you know, with me from gospel, you know, to blues, um, I think it was more of a well last year in October. Um, my brother was killed,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
and
that.
I had to really, you know, do some soul searching, you know, and really, you know, go to God about some things because, you know, I had signed with a label earlier that year, a gospel label earlier that year in Nashville in February, and you know, I enjoyed being a part of the label and everything, but I don't know. It's just, you know, I just wanted God to just allow me to continue to walk in my purpose, however He needed me to do that. You know,
Right.
whether I sung gospel, blues, country, or anything, I just wanted to be used in my purpose. So I felt like the drive that happened for me with blues was more or less, you know, after my brother passed away, because I was really in a really dark place in my life where I wasn't sure even if I wanted to sing again, you know, because I wasn't interested. You know, I had just lost interest in writing, lost interest in singing, because, you know, anytime you deal with a grief of that nature, because it was only me and my brother, you know, that's my only sibling, you
Right.
know, between me and my mom. And so it just had really put me in a dark place, Vic. So I really had to go to God and speak with Him because I always want to be pleasing to Him, you
Right.
know, and just want to be used by Him, you know. And when I
Right.
went to Him, you know, and I decided, you know, when I wrote my blues song Another you know, it just drove me in a different direction, and it felt good to me. I
Mm,
felt fulfilled. You
mm,
know, I felt not judged. I felt, you know what I'm saying, just a new like I had new wings on my body, you know. It was just a wonderful experience, you know, for me. And I felt like, you know, that was the direction, you know, for me, you
right.
know, with my music.
Right. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, do you remember what was your first song you wrote? Your first blues song, and what was it about?
The very, very, very first blues song that I wrote was called "Make It Do What It Do."
Okay, make
Uh,
it.
I,
I like that. I like that.
I
Okay.
wrote it for a. I wrote had actually wrote it for a blues artist in my area. You know, I
Okay.
was teaching the song, and I never just seen any light of it. You know what I'm saying? Great song, you know. But yeah, that was my first. That's my first song. Make it do what it do.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. So, how many songs have you recorded so far?
Um, since I've been in the blues industry, um, the one that I've only released is Another You, but I've recorded probably about 6 to 7 more tracks that I have, working on to get ready for upcoming, releases. So
Right.
I'm getting ready and getting prepared. God is preparing me for some great things.
Right.
So yeah, I'm excited about it.
Wow. Um, when growing up in the South, it's the music is different from out here from where I'm from. I'm from the North
Yeah,
Side. We don't hear too much country music, or it's usually hip hop and R&B that plays out here. But when I hear country music, you know, or blues, it's a different feeling. Like it's mellow. I call it mellow music.
yeah,
You know, when I want to relax, I hear some blues, or I hear
yeah.
some country music, or some slow R&B, some slow jams to, change my rhythm. Uh, but blues, man, there's something about that music,
Oh yeah.
that
Oh,
that
it definitely.
uplifts someone. If you're down and out, it uplifts you.
Yeah.
I just love, you know, uh, that's why New Orleans is big with blues. I never been to New Orleans, but I hear New Orleans is the spot, you know, for blues. You know,
Yeah.
so I would love to go out to New Orleans and listen to some of that good old blues. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's I need some of that energy.
I
For real. So
mean,
what?
it's definitely energy. It's definitely
Yes,
yeah,
everything that's around us is energy. And when
yes.
you get good energy through music, it's nothing but there's not a better high than that.
You're right. You're definitely right. I mean, because I can hear a beat, Vic, instantly, and my pen want to go to the paper.
Right.
I'm ready to write. And see what I can make. What I can create. So you're definitely right about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So where have you been performing? Is since you started, singing the blues.
Well, I'll be in Douglasville, Georgia tomorrow,
Oh,
for Southern Soul Sunday with Uncle Verge. So I'm excited about that, and I have something upcoming in December, and I have another event in November. I'm getting confirmation on, and some things further up in the year that
right,
my um, promotion company, Connect the Dots is who I'm with, that will be, doing some other things for me.
right,
Get me out there, helping get me out there.
right, and that's what you need, And how long have you been doing blues? Not with your um gospel, from
Mhm.
blues. How long ago did you start doing blue music?
I'll say I've been dabbling around with it within the last year. I'll say.
Okay. So you would say something new? It's something new to you,
Yeah, being in the Southern Soul and the blues industry is new to me, but the music isn't. And I think
right?
that's why it's easy for me to familiarize with it.
Right.
Because
Adapt to it.
yeah, because again, we go to that thing of being rooted in something. You know what I'm saying? So when you're rooted in something, it's familiar to you. You know what I'm saying? So people, because a lot of people think, well. when a person say gospel, they don't listen to other music. But blues is, I love blues. It
Right.
tells a story, just
Yeah.
like gospel.
Right.
It
Yeah.
tells a story, and it feels good, and it uplifts you as well, and you're able to be like, oh wow, what I'm saying, the same way. Like in gospel, when God does things in your life and manifests things in your life, you like, wow, God, what I'm saying? The same thing. And he move on anything. He
Right. Oh
moves,
yes. Yeah.
the relationship with God is more important than any religion you could ever have. I
Amen.
say it all the time. And if it
Amen.
wasn't a relationship that I have with him, hey, he kept me from a whole lot, Vic, and I'm grateful and I'm thankful, So yeah.
Amen. Amen to that. Amen to that. And you know, when you what are the message that you really want the viewers to know when you put out a song? What's basically your message to the people through your music?
Basically the message that I want to send to people is, I want to first of all for people to look inside themselves, see what it is about yourself that affected your marriage, that affected your relationships.
Mm.
Well, whether it's you being with somebody or just your relationships, you know, I want you to dance. I want you to feel good, but I also want you to think too, and say, oh, wow, that's messed up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want to be that person. I'm going to be better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
I always want to empower people.
Right.
Whatever I do, I want to empower and encourage people,
Right.
because I think during the pandemic, the world was such in a dark place. I
Yes.
feel Vic. I feel like now that people are coming out more and doing things more. You know what I'm saying? Like people want to dance, they want to feel good, they
Yeah.
want to fall in love again. There was a lot
Yes.
of couples, a lot of marriages that was tested
Yes.
during
Amen.
that, because they was forced. People were forced to be together more than they probably had ever been with their spouse,
Right.
because they were used to, some people's relationships and marriages function like that, where they're gone majority of the time, but when they get together, they get together. So
Right.
you think about a situation where the world has you at a standstill, where you have no choice but to be with your spouse every single day,
Right.
and you're experiencing things that you never experienced because you weren't around them like that. You
That's
see what
right.
I'm saying? So, I want people to fall in love again,
Right.
Vic.
Right.
And I want people to really appreciate,
Life.
their life, their relationships.
Yeah.
That's the type of music that I want to,
That's
people,
awesome.
yeah, to feel when they hear my music. I want them to say, "That's the cut." You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
That's Drea. See it, look. I'm finna dance. Hey, baby, come here, let's dance.
That's right.
I want
Right.
that for,
Right. I love it. I love that idea. I mean,
yeah,
it's crazy. It's like I love it. And
yeah.
um, out of all songs you wrote,
Hmm.
which song you would say describes you the most?
Repeat that, Vic. I couldn't hear you for a second.
Okay, I said out of all the songs you wrote, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, from all the songs you wrote, which song you say or would say describes you the most?
Mm. That
I mean,
describes me.
yeah, because sometimes as writers and musicians, we write music, and sometimes you find yourself in a place where you write a song, and the song is kind of describing you and your lifestyle, and that's like your favorite song because it tells your story more than any of the other songs that you wrote. So I think that every artist has a special song that they write. So
Yeah.
I guess that's what I'm asking you. Which is what song is that?
For me, it was a gospel song that I wrote called "I Paid for It,"
Okay.
and I think that song described me because of everything that I went through,
Okay.
the suffering that I
Right.
went through, the pain that I went through. Because a lot of times people see you doing things, but they don't know the price that you paid in your life,
Okay. Good
you know,
point.
to get there. They don't know what you've been through. You know,
Right.
I'm a very I try to be a very open book. You know, when it comes to me in certain aspects of my life.
Right.
You know, me being a person that has, you know, I have a disability.
Right. You
You
do.
know,
Yes.
and it's called lymphedema, and a lot of people are familiar with it, and some people are not. You know, but I have read and I have seen the dark side of that, and I decided in my life because it was something that happened to me when I was in my 20s. So
Okay.
I decided, you know, in my life, yeah, I went through some hard things, but I decided to not to accept what was going on with me, to
Mm.
keep pushing,
Right.
you know, because I knew whatever it is that I had going on with me, that God gave me a gift
That's right.
ultimately. And I always want my gift to be seen. Don't worry about me.
Right.
Worry about my gift. When I open my mouth,
Mm.
that's what I'm giving you. I'm giving you the pureness of my
Mm.
heart. I'm giving
Mm.
you that. You know what I'm saying? So people, I'm also just not a voice for myself. I'm voice for people like me that go through lymphedema or just any disability or just not having confidence in themselves or just not believing in themselves. You know, I want to be a voice for people to say, hey, you know what, don't let nothing stop you from doing what it is that God purposed you and gifted you to do, because
Right.
you gotta work to do. And it
Right.
took me a long time, Vic, to get to that place, trust me,
Yeah.
because
I
I
see
was a person that dealt with a lot of distractions. A lot of people, you know, things would happen in my life, and I would just consume myself to the point of where it affected me, where I could not complete the task that was
it.
put before me. And
Mm.
what I've decided to do, you know, in this life, and I heard a young lady that's a pastor that I know. She said something on one of her lives or something, or it may have been like a post on Facebook. She said that she wouldn't let any noun, a person, place, nor thing be a distraction to her. And that made so much sense to me.
Mhm.
And it was so profound because that's the truth.
Yeah.
That is the truth.
It is.
Because you can't effectively step out on your purpose if you keep allowing people to distract you,
Hmm.
because they'll be living their life, they living their best life,
Right.
but you can't live yours because you're distracted, because you're trying to be there for them, but
Right.
when it's time for them to be there for you,
It's a
they're not
problem.
there,
Right.
you know. So it took
Selfishness.
a
It's
lot.
so selfishness. I
Yeah,
call it, it's
yeah,
just selfishness,
yeah,
They want you to do for them, but they don't when it's time to do for you, it's an issue, or they're busy, or I can't right now. But once they need something, they expect you to jump for them or be there for them.
hmm,
And it's a two-way street. People gotta understand it's a two-way street. You know,
exactly.
it's not a one way when it comes to you. It's always a two-way street.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, it's not a one. You know what I mean? Or a dead end street.
yeah.
Okay, so um, when's your next when's your next show, and are you working on a new project?
Well, my next show after Sunday will be in December. I have something that's I'm waiting to be confirmed, so I can't really speak on that one quite
Okay,
yet. But
okay,
I know that I'll be in Opelika, Alabama, December 2nd, and I am, working on some new stuff, and I look to release something, very soon, probably within the next couple months or so. I'm just trying to make sure I put my ear on what it is that I'm supposed to put out next, because I definitely want it to be something, as great as Another You was for me.
You know, I heard you singing and some of the stuff that you sent me and stuff. You got a great voice. And when I heard that, I thought about my other friend that's a singer. I believe his name is David Thompson. Great guy, older guy. A good brother of mine's. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I heard you, and I said, "Wow, these two voices together could do something."
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to introduce him to you and have you send him some of his music, or you send him some of your music, and I'll talk to him to send him some of your music, so y'all can see where the vocal sound is, and see if you guys can match it and come up with a great song. I think you guys would do so good together, as far as making music together. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's from California. But when nowadays with technology, all he needs to do is record whatever it is that's going to be recorded, send it to you through email, and you put your vocals on it, and the
Yeah.
song is made. So you don't really physically have to be there together. You can record in your studio, he record in his studio, and just have someone master it, and and make the song. Now, if you guys decide to make a video of it, then that's different. I don't know.
Yeah, then we'll have to get together then.
Yeah, or you can do it the same way. You can record your part of the song and have him record his part of the video and just connect both videos. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
it'll look like you're both together, but y'all really not. It's
Yeah.
it's done. I seen it done. So um, I'm gonna do that for you. I'm gonna connect with him, and I'm gonna have him reach out to you. Uh,
Well, I
and you,
appreciate that, Vic. I really
yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah, because my thing is this. I know that you're working on, and I think he sings blues too. I'm not. I'm gonna send you the stuff he's I got of him. So
Okay.
but I'm definitely gonna connect you guys because I think you guys have something going. Um, and I have some other guys, friend of mine. They're called the Hammond Brothers. They're from
Mhm.
uh, Tennessee. They from
Okay.
Tennessee. They're good two brothers. They are so humble and good guys. They sing pop country, something like that.
Yeah.
But they're great guys, and they're two brothers, and they sing. When they sing so good, right? Andrea, they sing so good that when they sing, it sounds like one person.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. They yeah.
But yes, when they sing, it sounds like one person is singing because they're so good. When they harmonize together, it sounds like one harmony. And when they sing together, it sounds like one person singing, but then it's like you're hearing the ad lib behind them, but it's his brother. So it's so dope. They're great guys. So um, I'll send you their link too, so you can listen to their music. Um,
Hmm.
you know, and help you, spread your music with great other artists as well. That are doing what you're doing. Um,
Absolutely.
because the more people
Well,
you know, the
yeah.
better.
Yeah.
The
And
more.
I love connecting, with new people. I love, I'm a very personable person, approachable. I've always
Yeah,
wanted to just be that way,
right.
because sometimes when God elevates certain people, their whole demeanor change. But I never want to be that. I
No,
always,
be yourself.
yeah,
Be yourself at all times. I say that all the time. You
yeah,
know, and the thing is that if you are really about you and you are who you are, there's nothing in the world that can change you. Not money,
that's
not
true.
anything. So if you're that person, or you're playing that character, right? And then in the future you get into some real money and you start changing, then you
Yeah,
wasn't really who you say you was. You was just portraying to be someone else. So you're not
absolutely.
first, you're not true to the people, but you're not true to yourself. So you actually telling me you don't even know who you are.
Yeah,
Okay, because at our age we should know who we are and what we stand for and how we roll and how we move, and be who you see. I say, what you see is what you get.
Mm-hmm.
This is who am I. I'm not going to change. 5 years from now, you see me, I'm the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ain't nothing changed. Maybe the situations or my living status may change, but me as a person will be the same guy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's real. You know, and I like to deal with people like that.
Yeah.
That what I see is what I get, and that's who they are. You know, so I'm definitely going to hook you up with Mr. Davis. David, I believe his name is Davis Thompson,
Okay.
and I'm gonna have you guys two connect, and I want to get some feedback though. I want to get the feedback to see what you guys are talking about once you guys exchange uh music and numbers and stuff like that. Just really, I want to hear the music if you guys are gonna work together or not. That's
Okay.
That'll be great. So is there anything else that you want to tell the guests, the viewers, about you?
Just to follow me on Facebook under the Real Drea C. Also, my art is Andrea Carlisle is my name on Facebook, but my artist name is Drea C. So definitely, follow my music. Is more to come, and I just plan on, putting out, music to take you on a journey. So just, take this journey with me. I would say.
Okay, so you feel like giving us a little bit of that song that you were singing? Well, I just want to hear you. I want to hear your voice. That's what I want.
Okay.
Yeah,
No
you
problem,
can
V.
sing us something real small, and you know,
Okay.
you chase it
Now
out.
you calling me up on my phone, saying you were wrong. The grass was greener on the other side. Somebody lied. I was the best thing that ever happened to you. That's why I can't understand the things you do. I can't say I feel bad what you're going through, but baby, you left me for another you.
Oh my God, that was great. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. I
Thank
loved it. I loved it. That was so good. Oh my God, I can imagine you in the studio. Okay, that was
Thank
awesome. That
you,
was awesome.
V. Thank you.
And thank you so much. I enjoyed, you talking to me and talking
Absolutely.
about
I
the
enjoyed
music.
it too. And, thank you, for providing your platform and, wanting to interview me and speak with me.
Yes,
That means a lot. And I definitely, will come back.
amen, amen to that. Before we log off, do you have any music out now that if anyone wants to buy or listen to, they can go to whatever site and check you out?
Well, right now, I have out the single "Another You" that I released the 30th of September. A lot of people are still grabbing it and gravitating to it. So I would say definitely, go on all your digital download sites. Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music,
Okay,
iTunes, wherever they digital stream. Yeah,
uh-huh.
download, that track "Another You." So.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Great, great. So I want to thank you, Andrea, for coming on the show. I'm gonna bring you back on the show in a couple months. I'm gonna keep watching what you're doing and
All
seeing
right.
if you're connecting with my people and see what you guys going on, and bring you back for an update to see what has happened from now till then. And if you need to collaborate with some, you need help with music, like meaning like if you're looking for a certain artist or a certain sound, you call me. I know. Listen, the artist I know, I can't even count. Okay, so yeah, if I can help you bring a sound to you that you're looking for, I can do that for you. I can connect you with other people so
Well, I
that you,
appreciate that, V. That's
yeah,
100. I appreciate that. I
yeah,
really appreciate that.
yeah. I want to see you win. You're a winner already, but I want to see you win more.
Thank you.
Okay,
Really
so
appreciate it.
yeah, so thank you for coming on the show, Everyone, this is Andrea Carles. Thank you for coming on the show. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. That was Andrea Carles, all the way from Alabama. Big shout out to Alabama in the building. And guys, tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow I have some other guests coming on the show. I have actress, talk show host Nicole Vegas. I have Tony Taylor, ambassador, actor, director. This dude does it all. He'll be on the show. Big shout out to Tony Taylor, Nicole Vegas, and we have one more person coming on the show. Who I don't remember. But tune in tomorrow and check out the show. You already know what it is. It's your boy Don Rick from the Don Rick Show. We here, we live, we popping. Oops. We're here, we live, we're popping, and I'm out of here. Peace.